Good morning, Loganites. Today is the end of week 12. This week I actually made it on the Sunday, so today is Sunday. It's been a rough week though. My father-in-law got really sick, and I know if you're out there you can appreciate this. He is a type 1 diabetic that has been a type 1 diabetic since he was like 2. Because of that, the sugar management back then wasn't really good. They gave them not much of a chance to live, honestly. Basically, they sent him home at 2 and said, good luck, I hope he lives. There wasn't any insulin management. They just said avoid sugar, and he ate mashed potatoes for dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't much education. So because of that, there was a lot of that heavy sugar in his blood for a long time. Well, now, at least the past 30 years, he's really managed his sugar really well. Now, currently, he's got like a Dexcom that can monitor sugar. He's very, very good about counting his carbs and knowing how much insulin to give to himself. I mean, he's been doing it for, as whenever he got insulin. 2-year-old type 1 diabetic. With the heavy sugar going around his arteries and veins, he had a lot of cardiac issues, like a lot of atherosclerosis, arteriosclerosis, which eventually has led to like some peripheral artery disease, peripheral venous disease, some blood flow issues. He's had a bunch of heart issues already, okay? Not just the thickening and hardening of things, but like heart attacks, strokes, that kind of thing. And young too, at like 30. So that being said, he's had a lot of issues, and he has had a foot wound for a while. And this foot wound was trying to heal. He was going to all his appointments, and that's the shitty part. Like, he's been really, really trying. He had a big heart attack a year ago, and he did the work to rehab his heart. So his EF before the heart attack was like, I don't know, 40s, something okay-ish. After the heart attack, it was 15. And then he rehabbed it up to 35 again. Like, he did the work, and that's the shittiest part. That's the shittiest part, because he tried to take care of himself to the best of his ability. That's what sucks, okay? Because this foot wound has been like a kick in the face, and now it's even more of a kick in the face because it got infected, and it got really bad infected. Septic shock bad. So today is Sunday. Wednesday, we found out. Tuesday night we found out, and from, what the hell was that? Oh, some kids are playing. Do you hear them? That is one cool thing about living in the neighborhood. But anyways, from Wednesday morning until yesterday about 3, 4 afternoon, I was on edge, because you're like, how's he going to respond to the antibiotics? What's going to happen with the foot? Well, I'm not going to put all of his like news out there in the air and whatnot. I'm not going to tell you who he is or whatnot. But basically, he had the surgery, to drop it off and whatnot. And I can finally breathe. I can. We went back and forth with pressers, but he pulled through. And like, it's amazing. It's awesome. But all that being said, I only tell you this because this is kind of like my therapy with you, for us to get through this together, kind of. A good way to talk it out, because like, it is unfair. It is unfair, and it sucks. And like, I know I got my own stuff going on and whatnot, but I just hate it. I hate it, man. I hate that he's such a good guy. He's such a good fella. And like, he tried. He's not a type 2 diabetic who, bad diet and stuff. You can say, oh, well, he calls it himself. He is a type 1 diabetic, and all of this stuff has stemmed from it. And that just sucks. It just sucks. And there's no other way around that. And it's been rough. It's been rough on everybody. It's a lot of time, a lot of effort. I called out of work Wednesday, and I have been working for like 4 days straight, over 12 hours each day, to kind of manage and be present and do all this stuff for my father-in-law. And that's what you do. That's what you do for family. But that's what's been going on. I will say, I don't even know what happened last week. I don't know what happened last week, because this week has just like taken one breath, and then we've gone through the whole week in one breath. It just feels like it's flown by. I haven't even got to do any homework with Levi this week. I mean, he took his test Friday, and my brother picked him up Friday for me and brought him up to the hospital, and I was like, oh my God, you took your spelling test today. You took your multiplication test today. Holy cow, it's already that time of the week. Wow. I had homework due Friday. Was it Friday? Oh yeah, I took 2 tests Friday and then did like a paper, and I was like, that's what I have to get done Friday so that I can meet those deadlines. Did our stuff yesterday, and this morning it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about to record this and then go back up to the hospital. But I had to get all this other stuff done for school this morning because it's due tonight. And then the clock starts again tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to go to work, and tomorrow's Halloween as well. So like these vlogs have been, or I don't know what you want to call this. This has been about 2 months behind posting my actual school schedule. Okay, so you're seeing this. This will be around, I think, December. I don't like it, to be quite honest, about it being so far behind. And what's going to end up happening is I'm going to finish this semester and then continually, so I'll be finished at like the beginning of December with the actual school. And then I'm going to post the beginning of January right next behind it. So like I'm not going to have a break on YouTube of you seeing me in school. However, it'll bring me a month forward into the YouTube world, into like my schooling, because I don't like being this far behind. And the reason I am this far behind, you get it, you get behind on stuff. Well, I was behind on editing stuff from our summer vacation stuff because we went to Hawaii. So like, it was my fault. I wish I was better, but I'm not. I'm getting there. I'm trying to be a little bit more proactive and preemptive and just better. But then, you know, school, work, family, trying to be a good husband, stepdad, all that nice jazz just doesn't gum it up, but that's what life's about. It's about the experience. All my grades are looking good. Let me tell you that. It's real hard. I feel kind of brain fogged, to be quite honest with you. Like I want to like talk about what happened this week because something snuck up on me. Someone did something they shouldn't have done. On top of all this, I keep complaining about if the schoolwork isn't in the syllabus, that it shouldn't be allowed for you to try to sneak it in. And again, during this week of all weeks, they did it again. In another class, there was like an assignment or something due outside of the syllabus. I don't get how this is allowed, and it really frustrates me, especially when I have a week like this. Thank God it's a group thing, and the other people in my group send an email to the group saying, hey, what should our project be? And I was like, oh my God, I didn't even know about this. Because it's not in the syllabus. It's not in the mother syllabus. Oh, it's not in the syllabus. And that bothers me. It bothers me a lot because, like, especially during this stuff, I've got the syllabus printed out, and I don't have time to go looking for work. To be quite honest, I don't. Should I? Maybe, but I don't. And you're trying to sneak it by me, and I don't like that. Don't like that one bit. But I feel like I've got like a brain fog. Like, my dad passed away before he should have. I think I was like 22. I'm only 27 now, but he passed away. He was hit by a car and then died on impact. And like the week so I was in Hawaii when it happened, and I got the phone call like early in the morning in Hawaii, had to get the flights back. It was awful. It was awful. Like 24 hours later, I was back home dealing with all that. And like, the brain fog I'm talking about, if you've ever had anything bad like this happen, it's like, I'm a pretty prompt person. I can usually keep track of things pretty well. But when you get this brain fog, it's like, I would say, take a meeting, like say like, hey, we're going to be at the funeral home tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then I wake up in the morning and I do what I'm supposed to do, getting ready to go and be there. Think in my brain, somehow mix 9 a.m. with 10 a.m. and get around to 9 a.m. and me realize, oh my God, I'm supposed to be there already. Like weird things like that. And like, I'll be honest with you, we're in this epidemiology class and you are not getting my best effort. I freaking hate it because it's epidemiology and biostatistics. I'm not a biostatistician. I'm learning functions in Microsoft Excel that I will never use again. And I feel so bad because the person that's grading my stuff is one of the people that I really, really respect from Le Bonheur. And I hate that, man. I hate that so much because you messed up. You messed up, number one, when you gave me so much coursework that I can do good on enough of the things like the tests and the papers. I can do really good on that stuff and then get C's in the homework and I still get an A. You messed up there because you're not going to get my best effort. As soon as I can still get an A and not have to waste hours trying to figure out how to do the functions in Excel. I'm just not going to do it because I'm never going to use it again. And if I do, well, then I'll cross that bridge then when I'm getting paid to do it, not when I'm paying to learn how to do nurse practitioner things. Should I have a different mindset? Maybe. I'm just being real. I hate that for her because she's not getting my best effort, and I'm definitely not giving my best effort, especially during this week. I did get to talk to my advisor the other day, and she's awesome. I know her from U of M. The problems that I've had with the school so far is like there was no fall break. So far, from the day I started school until the day I end this semester, I will have had no break. The good news is that the school year stops for the classes the first week of December. So like Thanksgiving week, and then the week after that, I'll be finals, and then I'm done for the semester, and then it starts at the very beginning, January. So I'll have close to a full month. Thank God, because I was sitting there doing the math, and according to the actual school schedule, it ends like right before Christmas and starts right back up in January. And that just wasn't cool for me. I was like, I need a little bit more time than that just to like, honestly, I was thinking deer hunt and make YouTube videos is really what I was going to do. And just to rest and relax. Because like usually every year I read a book. I read the book Aragon by Christopher Paolini. And I read the whole series for like my Christmas break. It's silly. It's not Christmas related, but I enjoy the book from growing up. And like Christmas time when I go deer hunting is usually when I read the books. Because if you go deer hunting, you got time to kill. You read a page, you look around for deer. You read another page, you look around for deer. And I know the stories like the back of my hand now. I'm not going to get lost in the book. But I wanted that time to be able to do that kind of stuff. I wanted that time to be able to do that kind of stuff, to rest and relax, and just not think about all this school crap. Well, I have the time. In the next semester, am I going to have a spring break? Because I really want to take my wife somewhere nice. I really want to just spend the money. Let's go to Italy or something, or somewhere, the Bahamas, something. I want to do something special because, again, you don't know how much time you're going to have. And all this stuff with her dad, it just really, really puts like the exclamation point on it of like, hey, this is why you need to do it. You need to do it because you really don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It may not be us that gets hurt. It could be your parent. It could be someone else in our life that we have to like help get through something. So if you have the chance to take the opportunities to do cool stuff, you need to do it. And this kind of stuff just reinforces that. It really does. So I found out from my advisor that next semester I will definitively have a spring break. And then oh my God, so much has happened. The other thing is like, I'm still not liking the dialysis job because of the management. So I sat down, and one of the reasons I was talking to my advisor is, when do I start my clinicals? Because if I start my clinicals next semester, there's no reason for me to try to find a new job right now, or a new full-time job. So I found out that my next semester I do start my clinicals, and then the semester after that it gets even worse. No, I'm sorry. What is it? What semester am I in? I'm in fall now. In spring I have in-person classes, so I have to go do like some suture classes and some assessment classes and stuff like that. Well, then the next semester I start my clinicals. So about 10 months from now, I will be in clinicals part to full-time. In like 3 months, I'll have in-person classes, which will take away from time that I can actually work. So I'm about to hit my 1-year anniversary in dialysis. That means I can do some travel contracts. I got to sit down and think long and hard about, do I want to take a travel dialysis job between now and starting my fall semester of next year, so maybe like the end of the next semester into the summer, to stack cash. To prepare for the next year that I won't be able to make much money, if any. I don't know. That's a big decision, because on one side, I want to make the money so that I can go do the things I want to do. The other side is I don't really want to waste the time working that I could spend on my family. So like Levi's 10, he's about to turn 11. Jennifer's perfect age for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in trouble. But I don't want to lose any of that time. I don't get to see my brother as much as I want to, my best friend, my parents. Like, it's just I'm just between that rock and a hard place. Because like I was thinking about the should I do a PRN or a travel job, a contract job? Should I do this? School is ramping up, and then her dad got sick. And he got sick quick. So, it was a lot. This week was a lot. And I wish like I was like able to like focus my brain more and get it together more, but I'm telling you, man, I've been at that hospital so much and like so many different like scares and stress and worries. It's been rough. The good news is though, he has made it, I would say, through the hardest parts. Now we do have some sepsis control we gotta do. We do gotta do some rehab. We gotta do some other stuff, but I feel like the big bad, is he gonna pass away from this? We've gotten through. Thank God. So that's the good news. Guys, if you're watching this and you like it, go ahead and give me a like and a subscribe. Let me know. Actually, I'd rather you just comment. I want to hear from some like real people. This stuff gets spammed by like some sort of bots, and I can't stand it. It's getting spammed by bots that are like trying to advertise shit, and I can't stop them. I've reported it to YouTube, and they just keep making new accounts. I'm sorry. If you read the comments, you're like, what are these people doing? They're advertising their own business on the comments in my YouTube section. I apologize. Please don't listen to them. Do your own stuff. Study user-accredited agencies. Remember, Loganites, always keep your corn on the cob.